That's my name, Drikus. I'm the head of the screen acting department. I have gone through, I think, 1,500 new submissions over the last 18 months that I've been living in Lagos. That's a lot of submissions. We get the most out of all the departments, and I'm not bragging, it's just a fact. But we do have an unstoppable department, and people really want to get into this department. And thus, your application should be better and better every time you apply to get into, because the competition is harsh. I think last intake, we're on intake 6, that Tiat said. We had 227 submissions. That's a lot. That's a lot. You want to stand out in your submission. So I'm going to start immediately by taking you through a few things. Number one, your CV has to have a picture. Please get a proper headshot done. That's number two. This is not a glamorous photo shoot. This is not a wedding invitation. Most people look like they're going to a wedding on the picture, and then I don't recognize them in the scene that they hand in. Please have a picture on your CV. I need to recognize you on this picture when I see you in real life. So please don't wear too much makeup. It's really important. There's 4 examples. If you want to have good examples of proper headshots, there's another one, and there's another one. Number 3, your CV should be easy to read. I get CVs that's in font number 2 or font number 4. I can't read the name. I can't read the surname. I can't read anything on the CV. I know this is small, but I've included a really good acting example of an acting CV for you guys. If you look at number 4, the CV format should be correct. That's usually your name. You can follow the arrow there. Then 3 headshots or 1 headshot, just like you want to. Then usually we need to see your training and your qualifications. I need to see where you studied and if you finished school. That's really important for us at the school. You only need to finish high school. Am I right, Tiat? Michael? Yes?
Yes, you're right.
Yes, you need to finish high school, and we need to see proof of that. And then this is where the format comes in of an acting CV. That is a production name. As you can see, these are all production names in theater, television, and film. Then the second column should be usually where you filmed it: Nigeria, South Africa, USA. There should be a production company name, and there should be a director name, and then there should be a date. Because I need to be able to go and look if you're talking the truth and if your CV is correct, that you've worked on acting before. We are looking for people with acting experience. If you do not have acting experience, I'll get to that in a minute. But if you have acting experience, this is the format that we want. We don't look at CVs that's not in this format. I will look at your CV if you're a lawyer or a biochemist or a teacher, but then you're going to have to do something else, and we'll get to that just now. Number 5. You have to, with your CV, ladies and gentlemen, send in an example of your acting work. I cannot stress this enough. I get a lot of CVs from teachers and lawyers and biochemistry people, and it's beautiful. My mouth hangs open for all the master's degrees and PhDs that they've done, but there's no picture and there's no example of acting work. That's just as well. Lagoon Hospital is advertising for a surgeon, and I send my acting CV to them. I need to see your acting work. For those of you who doesn't know, number 6, what a showreel is. A showreel is a 1 to 2 minute edited video of your best work. And I'll show you my showreel just now, just so you have a clue on what it contains and what should be in it. It shouldn't be more than 2 minutes. People do not have time to watch it. Also, please don't send me, and I'll get to that just now. Let me finish the do's first, and then I'll get to the don't. Whether you have acting experience or not, your CV should be accompanied by a showreel. Please, and you can do this in 2 ways. If you don't have a fancy showreel, you can do it in 2 ways, and I'll show you just how you can do that now. I want to show you my showreel first.
I don't know anything yet, but they're suspending her. She won that medal fair and square.
She's one of the most tested athletes in the world. It's ridiculous that people must have the same level of testosterone when they want to compete. I mean, think of these athletes that are complaining. Think of all the millions of dollars they spent on their preparation. Nutritionists, physios, sports psychologists. Is that a level playing field with a woman from a township? They're not saying she's not a girl. They're asking what level of girl she is.
If you use mother tongue language, we encourage mother tongue, Yoruba, Hausa, anything like this is in Afrikaans. You need to put subtitles underneath so we can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is 4 productions that's been edited into one showreel, and that's professionally what we're looking for.
You didn't mean for it to happen. You just accidentally slept with somebody.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, it's
Look
just
at the shots. Look that you can identify Drikus from his picture in the scenes. Because often we will get, Drikus has mentioned, you send in your CV with a headshot of yourself and you just say, I'm in this movie. You don't look anything like the character you play in the movie. And there's 4 women in a scene and you're one of the 4 women. How are we supposed to recognize you? So you must identify your character. You must give us information so we can find you to see what your work is. So we can recognize Drikus in his showreel from what he looks like. And we must be able to do that with all our applicants as well, please. It's very important, especially if you play a character role where you're wearing prosthetic makeup or whatever you're doing, we understand that, but you must communicate so we know what to look for.
Great stuff. Let's move on. I just want to show you guys. Can everybody hear me again? That good? Fantastic. I want to share with you 2 things that you can do, that you can accompany your CV with. So there should be a picture. It should be in the right format. The next thing is you can do a monologue. If you don't have a lot of acting experience, you can do, and all these I'm going to show you is done with a cell phone. You can record or get somebody to record you with a cell phone. You can either do a monologue. There's thousands online. Please go and look for it and find one that speaks to you. The second one is you can do a scene, and there's hundreds of millions online as well. Choose a scene and somebody reads against you while they record you. And you sitting on that side and I'm sitting on this, and you can also hand that in. So I'm going to show you a quick few seconds of this one.
You have to put in work if you want anything in this life. Oh, Shaggy Logbe. Oh, to Lofa. Wala nwe si di ope oni ko ma kon si en lenu to. Awu. Emi aye o ri be. Won saye be. Oh. Over pata.
That should give you an idea of one. Let me show you another one.
My name is TJ Omusuku. What can I do for you? Am I at the right place? Might be, might not be.
So this was shot on a cell phone, right, Drikus?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a cell phone so we can see what the actor looks like. Yes.
All right?
Yeah, Ricky's a good friend of mine.
That's so.
Yeah, I know him a long time.
All right then. You ever been to Niagara Falls?
What? Oh, no, never.
Everybody get the idea. I'm not going to bore you with the whole clip.
It's a good place.
It's very easy. You can use your own cell phone.
Yeah,
Let somebody record you doing a scene and you can send that in as your showreel if you don't have a fancy showreel or you don't have a lot of acting experience. The next one, a few don'ts. These are really important. Please don't do the following or beware of doing this. Don't send us a selfie where you go shouting into the camera and just putting a filter on where you shimmer. That's not acting. Please don't do that. Please don't send that to us. We are serious in this school. If you want to do that, do it on Instagram. The next one, don't send us a picture of yourself in your bikini on the beach with your sunglasses on. You need a proper headshot. Don't send a TikTok video with an automated voice that's not yours, or an American accent, or something with a filter on that makes you look like a completely different person. It doesn't work for actors. Don't send, gentlemen, don't send a picture of yourself where you check yourself out in the mirror at the gym with a dumbbell in your hand. Your six-pack is great, but we're interested in what's going on here and how you can apply it creatively. Do not send me, and this is really important, number 14, please do not send in a whole full feature film or 3 one-hour episodes where you do one scene in it. I skip to the next submission. I don't have 4 hours to watch through all those YouTube videos and look for you and identify you and recognize you, especially when we have 250 submissions every term. You need to send in a 1 minute or a 2 minute thing that's about you. Don't give more attention to other actors, number 15, in your reel. Also a very important thing, I get beautifully edited show reels that's 2 minutes long, and the other actors get much more attention. And then I look for that person online. Oh yeah, it was that person who just said nothing. And the other people in the scene said all the words. Don't let somebody else steal your attention in the show reel. The next one, I've said this already. We are really at the school and in the acting department, we are interested in your heart and your brain and what you can do with it. Make your file, please also number 17, make sure your file's open. I think Michael can talk about this a little bit later, or Michael, feel free to pop in. Michael is our head of admin. Make sure your file's open. Every intake, there's generally about 30 to 35 applicants, none of your documents open. That means you've saved it or uploaded it in the wrong format. It won't open on our side. Don't do it on a phone, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen that when we upload it as a submission or as an applicant, and you do it from a phone, it changes format sometimes. Borrow a computer if you don't have one, or do it from your laptop. It does work. The LASRA number is very important because you can't get into the school, number 19, if you don't have a LASRA number. A LASRA number, in my understanding, is that you have to prove that you're a Lagosian and that you resides in Lagos. It's very easy to attain. There's a website and people get it within 3 or 4 days, so it shouldn't be a problem. Number 20, keep on trying. I've seen people give up when they don't get in the first time. We have lots of people that only get in the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th time, and then they win Best Actor for that intake. So it's really important that you keep on trying if you're serious about it. And if you do all of the above, you should get into the school at some point. Yes, well done, and congratulations for trying. And I hope that you got something out of these 20 points. I'm quickly going to go to my 10 top tips on screen acting. The first one, you have to know yourself. I always tell the actors, how can you play someone else if you don't know who you are? It's such an important point. Number 2, you have to know how to use your voice. If you don't know how to use your voice, and how can you do dialogue? You have to know your body. How can you play a different character and move or walk or run like another character if you don't know your own body and you don't know how to move? You have to use your brain and your mind, like I've mentioned before. If you can't use your brain and your mind, you don't understand, and you don't know how to access feelings and meaning and thought process. Thought process is extremely important, because on screen acting, we'll be on an extreme close-up, and there'll be nothing that you do but just having thoughts, and those thoughts read in your eyes. So thought process is extremely important. Number 5, you need to be able to access different emotions. We work on that in class and portray them in an honest, believable, and truthful way. Number 6, you must know how to read and analyze a script. I always laugh at students when I ask in class, okay, so you want to be a screen actor? And then I ask them, good, have you ever read a full screenplay? And they say no. It's just as well you want to be an Olympic 400 meter Olympic champion, but you've never walked around the track again. you have to start reading scripts. If you can't read scripts, you can't be an actor. You need some acting techniques, number 7, that you can apply. There's lots of them. I believe good actors make use of different techniques, and then they apply what works for them. Number 8, you must have discipline. This is such an important tip. And discipline you can learn. Some people are born with it, but some people are not. It's not for lazy people. No bibinzo, acting is hard work. You have to be on time. You have to be able to work 16-hour days, and you have to be able to do work over and over and 17 times the same scene, and then you only go to the close-up. So there's no time for lazy people. It's extremely hard work. Number 9, you have to be a team player. Most actors that haven't had any training think that it's all about fame and all about glamour and all about themselves. There are 8 other departments usually that work with you. And you are just the face of the movie and the character in the movie, but there's a lot of hard work that other departments do to make you look good. If you are not a team player, acting is not for you. Then you should go work in a bank or do something with a computer where it's only you. If you don't know how to manage people, this is going to be very tough for you. And then my last tip is, and I find that so much with young people especially, is listening skills. If you can't listen, you can't be an actor. Listening is so important. If you can't listen to what another actor is telling you and respond to that, sometimes the camera is on you when you're listening and not when you're speaking. So listening is such an important thing. And there's a difference between hearing and listening. Listening is hearing with understanding. So yeah, guys, that is basically everything crushed into a nutshell. I hope, yes.
That was really amazing. Thank you. Drikus, can I ask you, if you don't mind, on 2 of those really great points, the one about acting techniques, and then another point about your eyes, your about showing emotions. Would you mind maybe giving us a couple of practical examples of those 2 points to actually show us, or I'm very interested to know about the techniques, and the emotions.
You know what we do, what I specifically do, Sandra? There's so many techniques that people can use. The old famous is the Russian Stanislavski. Most people have heard about him, and that's basically that the technique is you need to figure out what the character's goal is. You need to go into a backstory of the character, and method actors do this a lot. Like if I have to play a homeless person, then I need to know how they live, what their goals is, what their obstacles is, what's the reason for their goal, what's the plan in hand that they can overcome their obstacles. It's about going into the person and asking a few questions. That's really important for the character. And with emotion, which is very interesting, is there's 6 basic human emotions in the world that all humans can understand. It's a universal language, and there are breathing techniques that you can use to access these emotions and let your body memory takes over. If you breathe in the correct way, then your body memory takes over how you felt in a way. And this is one of the techniques that we do in week 3 in the acting course, which is called Alba emoting. And yeah, that's quite fascinating. Other techniques is Meisner, and that's usually for movement, character movement. So you get a lot of Meisner technique in physical theater and stage. So for screen, we do Alba emoting, and we also do Stanislavski.
Super, thanks, Drikus. Thank you very much.
I think that is my presentation, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Can you hear me?
Great. Does anybody have any questions for Drikus? I'm sure there's a lot of questions.
Oh, sorry, wait.
that you have.
Sandra, sorry, I forgot.
Yes.
I've got some pictures I want to show them.
Okay, go for it.
So sorry. Yeah, I'll be quick. I just want to take you guys into my classroom, everybody, and just show you what's going on. These are a group. Look how beautiful carpet that we got, so actors can lie on the floor and work. we have a lot of group discussions about life and about acting and about acting techniques. We do a lot of scene work and discuss each scene afterwards. Let me quickly run. There's some movement classes. Let me play you one of our warm-ups.
Is that body movement we talk about?
Vocal and voice and movement.
What is quite amazing while we're looking at this, Drikus, not to interject, but what all of you online should understand is when you come to the school, there's only 16 seats. And trust me when I say that we've had transformative experiences for some of the actors who start out, who can barely sort of present themselves to, like Drikus has mentioned, after their 5th attempt, got into the school and then wins a best actor within the school that gets the best and strongest role because they do the work, they pitch up on time, and they are committed. It is our most committed class in the school, I have to tell you, whereby it's the students who are the noisiest, the loudest, and pitch up. So you have to buy into that should you get into the school. It's very, very important because you are the face. Your body is your temple. It is your tool. It is what you sell to the world. And if you haven't got it fine-tuned and aren't paying attention, it's not going to work for you. And that's what Drikus's class will give you time and time again, and he has done so. So I just wanted to
let me show you one more video of a movement. Okay, here we are on set. We work a lot on audition techniques as well. We also do interdepartmental shoots, which they're having today, which I have to run to in a few minutes. We integrate with other departments and film 2 or 3 times during the course before we film our main films. Here they are on set, as you can see, with art department and cinematography and sound. There's another one. There's another one of my classes. This is Diemi and Daniel Ifyong who visited us. This is a professor from New York, Marymount Screen Acting School, who visited us for a lecture during AFRIF. There's Kate Henshaw visiting us. This is Genoviva Ume, one of the stars that was in the first intake. We're very proud of Genoviva. She's a great image for our school, and she's an example of somebody who came into the school and was so hungry to learn, and she used every opportunity to learn, and she is world-class now. And it's not only Genoviva, there's other people that work constantly. So we do a really damn good job with the actors coming in and leaving here. They do work. So our success rate is really good. There's just a few graduation pictures to end our visuals off. There's another one. And lastly, yay, graduating. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for listening.